and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sophie, or some of you might know me as the Flying Fit Foodie from Instagram, and today we are doing a nice, juicy, gentle, slow flow, as you voted on my poll in my stories. So we're going to get straight into it. Today we're going to be looking at twists, using the breath to move the body rather than allowing the body to move with the breath. So we're really going to be intentional with our breath, allowing it to open up space into the body and just slowing right down. So not normally my usual class that you might find on here, but I hope you enjoy it. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, please, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know how you get on. And if there's anything else you would like to see from me, please let me know. Perfect. We're going to start sitting down, so you can either come into your modified hero's pose or cross-legged, with of course a block, as always, next to you underneath your sit bone. Draw the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, roll them down the spine. Find a nice neutral position to sit in. Maybe close the eyes for just a moment here, checking in. Sealing off the lips, breathing only through the nose now. Starting to slow everything down. And no matter where you are in your day, there's always a little bit of time for a little bit of breath work just before every class. Starting to bring your intention inward, really focusing on those inhales. Releasing any tension with the exhale. Inhale deeply through the nose. Fill up the belly like a big balloon. Visualize it expanding. Exhale, release. One more time, just like that. Inhale. And exhale, release. Drop the chin down towards the chest, slowly blink, open the eyes, scoop the hands all the way up, maybe the fingertips touch. As you exhale, draw the palms down into the heart center. Take the elbows up and then press them in. So we're really pushing our shoulders towards each other, opening up the space behind the heart. Draw the ribs in, so engaging that core. From here, lift the elbows a little bit more. We're going to take this into the right direction, so we're twisting from the middle of the spine as you inhale, exhale back to center. Good. Take a breath here. Exhale, twisting to the left. Really feel the belly crunch moving there. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the right. Keep pressing the palms and the forearms together. Back to center. Strong exhales, really crunch and squeeze all the way through. Use that exhale to find that space. Inhale back to center. Good, releasing the palms down. Left hand comes to the outside of the right knee. Open twist now, so you can take that right hand all the way back, opening up that twist, really peeling that right shoulder back. Inhale, find the space here. Keep that left shoulder drawing back. You can use this left elbow to draw the energy away. Good. Exhale all the way back to center, feeling that bicep stretching all the way down the right side. Right hand comes to the outside of the left now. Opening up, left hand comes into that twist. As you exhale, find that space. Inhale into the twist, find length in the spine. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Maybe gaze over towards your fingertips. Good, and releasing all the way back to the center. Taking the hands down now to face the front of the mat. I'm going to move through a few spinal waves, so come down to your child's pose. Have your knees a little bit wider than hip width, pressing through the palms. Tuck the chin in, rolling all the way up into your tabletop position, and then drop the hips down towards the floor. Maybe roll the shoulders up and back, pushing the ground away, not dumping weight into our lower back, staying a little bit active in the glutes here. Exhale, push the ground away, dome the spine, roll back to child's pose. Inhale, rolling all the way up again, dropping the hips down, maybe take the feet a little bit wider. Inhale, look up. Exhale, rolling back. Really finding that space in the spine as you press the heart up towards the ceiling. Rolling up again once more. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, push the ground away. Good. From here, we're going to tuck the toes under. Come up into our first downward facing dog already. Walking out the feet, pedaling out the heels, finding some length in the hamstrings. Trying not to lock out the elbows, so gripping with your fingertips into the ground. Active shoulders, pushing that floor away. Drawing that last rib in. Finding some engagement here in that core. Good. Taking any shapes that you'd like to. Maybe this is your first downward dog, so just honoring any areas of tightness or tension that you might be feeling now. Good. Coming to stillness in down dog and not having any worries if the heels aren't all the way down to the floor. Maybe lift them, be a little bit kinder on yourself here. Take one long, intentional breath. Feel the length of the spine. Exhale. Good. As you inhale, we're going to roll forward, rounding through the spine here, pushing the ground away. Dropping the belly all the way down to the floor. You can drop the knees first. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, going to take your hands outside of the mat here. Inhale, push the ground away. From here, we're going to exhale, draw that right shoulder blade down towards the floor. Maybe it touches, maybe you gaze towards your left foot. Inhale, come all the way up, finding a nice extension and a twist. Exhale, left shoulder comes down to the floor, gaze into the right foot. Inhale, bring it up. One more time each way, twisting a little bit further through each time. Maybe squeezing the glutes as you come up into this lovely open back bend with the support of the hands. Last time, inhale, rolling all the way up. This time I'm going to come all the way down to the ground, cactusing out the arms. Drop the right cheekbone down onto the floor. Left hand moves in towards the body. Left foot kicks out to behind you and opening up into a nice, beautiful twist. You can use this left hand to push the ground away. Really feel the front body on the right side opening up. Breathe into that space. Exhale. Rolling back to center. Cactusing that left arm again. Left cheekbone comes down. This time walk that right fingertip in towards the shoulder. Kick that right foot in towards the butt cheek, opening up to the other side. Use that right palm to push the floor away. You can guide a little bit more into a twist by opening up that knee to the ceiling. Breathe into the space. As you exhale, find your way all the way back to center. Good. Pressing through the palms. We're going to push up to our tabletop position. Doing a few cat cows here, so pushing the ground away as you exhale. Inhale, dropping the belly down, softening the elbows, slightly lifting the tailbone up to the sky. Exhale, rounding through. Inhale, take it up. Moving through any shapes that feel comfortable for you now. So maybe you're starting to bend the arms and move into a few more different organic movements, taking the ribs to the side, bending into a bit of a child's pose, just going with anything that feels natural and a little bit, juicy for you. So this is always your practice, your space. If there's something you particularly like to do in your practice as you warm up or part way through, please feel free to add it in. Warming up the shoulders, warming up the hips and the spine. Good. Walking the hands a little bit further out, tucking the toes under, push the ground away, so straighten the arms first. Take the gaze to between the knees or the belly button, push through the fingertips, lift the hips up towards the sky, coming into our downward facing dog again. Good. From here, bring the big toes together to touch. Let's take that right foot up towards the sky, pointing it, opening up into our scorpion tail, really lifting that knee as much as it will go up towards the ceiling. Making any shapes now, up to you. Maybe you can draw nice circles with the knees, opening up into the hip. Maybe you want to straighten that leg, leveling out the hips, doing whatever feels good for you in this moment. One more breath here. Big inhale. Big exhale. Good. One more inhale. Making a shape maybe. Taking a circle in the opposite direction. Next exhale, bring the knee in towards the chest and take it over to the left elbow, coming into a twist. Using our core as we exhale, pushing that ground away, holding that twist. Seeing if we can connect that knee to the elbow. Good, let's take it all the way up and back, slow and steady. Opening up that right knee, all the way up. Good, exhale, bring that knee forward. Roll through the spine. Seeing if you can very gently release that foot between the hands, dropping that left knee down towards the floor. From here, left hand comes down to the mat. Inhale, right hand comes up into a beautiful, easy twist. Push the ground away, lift the fingertips up. Breathe into that space across the front of the body. From here, see if you can take that right hand all the way up and back, coming into a really open twist. Maybe your gaze follows your fingertips. So really twisting through the base of the spine. Keep drawing the thighs in towards one another. Good, exhale, release the hand down to the ground. From here, come up onto the fingertips. Maybe you can kick that left foot in towards the body. Holding it here, squeezing, activating that glute a little bit. Left hand comes down again. Inhale, right hand comes up. Seeing if you can grab that foot. If you've got a strap nearby and you can't reach it, you can always assist the twist. Good. So before we were in active twist and now we're in more of a passive twist. We're assisting ourselves a little bit here. Staying with the breath as you exhale, find a little bit of a deeper posture if you can. Keep drawing the thighs together. On your next exhale, let's take it all the way down to the floor. Take that right foot back, coming into your plank position. Option to drop onto the knees, coming all the way down to the ground for that Sphinx Pose again. Right hands come and left hand comes to the outside of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, right shoulder comes down to the middle of the mat. Gaze to the left of the back of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Maybe gaze a little bit higher. Exhale, left shoulder comes down. Inhale, take it all the way up. Good. Exhale, roll all the way down to the floor. From here, seeing if we can push ourselves all the way up into our plank chaturanga from the floor. Taking it up and back. Downward facing dog. Taking a big breath here. And a big exhale. Bringing the toes together to touch. Left toes come all the way up towards the sky. This time, again, moving that body in any shapes that feel good to you. So rather than maybe doing what I'm doing or doing what I'm telling you to do, maybe in this moment you want to come all the way into your scorpion tail, maybe flip it over into a flip dog. Maybe just keep drawing those circles. Or again, maybe work on leveling the hips out square in your three-legged dog. One more breath here, wherever you are. Good. On your next exhale, let's take it over into that twist. So roll forward, pushing the ground away. Knee comes over to the outside edge of the right elbow this time, seeing if you can make that connection. Push the ground away, doming that spine. So you don't want to be dropping the hip down here. You want to keep that hip nice and high, knee nice and high as well. Good. Exhale. Take it all the way up and back. Three-legged dog. Maybe scorpion tail. Exhale, roll forward again, seeing if you can step that foot between the hands, dropping that knee down to the floor. Right hand comes down. Inhale, left hand comes up into that easy twist. Maybe externally rotate that right fingertip out to the side so you're not rolling that shoulder in. Lift and lengthen first. Find a nice long tall spine. As you exhale, let's draw those fingertips all the way back, seeing if we can gaze and keep those thighs squeezing together. Keep that left hip drawing back. Watch that right shoulder's not starting to creep and roll in. Really find length and space across the chest now. Beautiful. Exhale, let's take it all the way down to the floor. Again, seeing if we can kick in that back foot in towards the butt cheek here. Lifting first and lengthening, finding that active range of motion. Plant that right hand down, left hand comes all the way up, seeing if you can grab maybe the outside edge of that right foot, using the strap if you need to. Allowing that breath to assist you in the twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw that foot a little bit closer, maybe twist a little bit deeper. Good. releasing that foot down to the floor. Left hand comes to the outside of that left foot. We're going to step into our Malasana, so that right foot's going to come to the front of the mat now. Sink the hips all the way down. If your heels are lifting, do not worry so much. Maybe take a little walk from side to side, just allowing yourself to ease into the posture. Ideally, we're going to have our heels on the ground, spine nice and straight. You can bring the elbows in to move the knees apart, but rather than thinking about pushing the knees apart, I want to think about activating the outside of my glutes here. So we're using that assistance with the elbows, but we're also activating the outside as well. Breathe into that space, find that nice long tall spine. Pressing the palms together. Let's take that right hand down in front of that right knee. Open the left hand up towards the sky, easy twist. Keep drawing that right shoulder away from the ear, twisting from the core, using that core strength, those obliques to find the twist. Exhale, release, left hand comes down. Sweep it in front, comes the other way. Right hand moves all the way up towards the ceiling, squeezing that right shoulder blade back and down the body. Fingertips lead the way. Opening up, squeezing the core, using those obliques. Good. Exhale, release the hands down to the floor. Slowly rolling yourself, very slowly, very carefully, up into a standing position, keeping those toes slightly out maybe. Rolling the shoulders up and back down the body. First standing posture, bring the feet about hip width apart. Let's take the hands all the way up towards the sky. Maybe gazing up to the fingertips, soften the arms. Exhale, swan dive all the way down into your forward fold. Allowing yourself to melt here into this posture. Softening the features of the face. Maybe taking ragdoll arms if that feels comfortable for you today. Allowing gravity to do a little bit of the work here. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can come up to the shins, the thighs, or maybe out behind you for a more of an active posture. Exhale, let's roll all the way down again. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Sweeping the hands up over the head. Right hand reaches for the left wrist, coming into a nice twist. See if you can pop the hips to the left side, really coming into a bit of a crescent moon shape here, really feeling that space in the back body opening up. Without the ribs flaring too much, try to draw them in. Really assist that stretch. Feel that really beautiful lat stretch and a QL stretch opening up here. One more breath. Exhale, release. Opposite sides, reaching, so left fingers reaching for right elbow, moving into that twist to the opposite side. Maybe one way feels a little bit easier for you, maybe one way feels a little bit more juicy. Breathing into that space, really imagining the air moving into that muscle, just underneath the shoulder, into the lower back. Exhale, releasing the hands, bringing them down the side of the body. From here, let's step our left foot nice and wide now, coming to face the long side of our mat. And from here, bring the hands to the center of the heart. We're going to slowly move down into our goddess pose. So draw the core in, draw the ribs slightly in. Knees need to point out over our ankles rather than collapsing in. So exhale, sinking a little bit lower. Good. Maybe the thighs come parallel. Maybe you're a little bit higher or a little bit lower. Holding the space. Good. From here, so you can draw the elbows down a little bit more. Left fingertips come all the way down. Right fingertips come up towards the sky, coming into that twist. Legs are burning a little bit here. Exhale, release, come back to center. Keeping that bend in our knees, twisting in the opposite direction. Opening up. Seeing if you can keep those hips nice and low. Exhale, release. Good. This time, bring the hands onto the thighs here. Rotating, bring that left shoulder down towards the floor, looking up. Back to center, and then taking it in the opposite direction. Good. So moving from active twist to more of a passive twist. Maybe going once more each way, whilst the thighs are on fire. Well done. Good. Sweep the hands all the way up, straighten the legs. Nice. From here, pivot the toes, facing the front of the mat, coming into our pyramid posture. Back foot is roughly 45 degrees. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Hips come to face the front of the mat. Exhale, fold over that front leg. You can take the hands down to the floor to frame the foot. Maybe stay up a little bit higher, or maybe keep the hands at the heart center, whatever feels good for you here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take that left hand down to frame that right foot. Maybe come up into a bit of a twist here. Gazing up to the fingertips. Maybe bring the hands onto the sacrum to level out the hips. Having a bit of a personal touch here. Releasing that hand down to the floor. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Rolling all the way up. Take it on the other side. Switching our feet around. Right foot is 45 degrees. Taking those hips to square the back of the mat now. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, fold. Bring the chest first to parallel, making sure you're still staying nice and active in that front leg. Should feel a nice bit of tension on that left hamstring. Again, option to take the hands down to the floor, coming into the full posture, or bringing the hands to the heart center, staying a little bit more active through the spine and the core here. One more breath. Exhale, take that hand down maybe to the floor. Inhale, lift and lengthen the left fingertips up towards the sky. And releasing the hands all the way down to the floor. Walking the hands back along the left side of the mat. Taking those toes nice and wide so they're pointing out towards the sides now. I'm going to bring our hands onto the hips, maybe rolling up. Exhale, forward fold. Leading with the heart, maybe coming to parallel first, and then dropping the left fingertips down. Inhale, right hand comes up, easy twist. Option to come into a bind here. Maybe that hand reaches down the inside of the left thigh, really rolling that shoulder up and back. Keep pushing this left hand nicely active into the ground so you find that nice straight spine. Use the core to support your lower back here if you're finding any tension. One more breath. Releasing the bind if you had it. Exhale, come all the way down and around. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Plant that right hand down, left hand sweeps all the way up. Pushing that floor away. Maybe coming into the bind on the opposite side if you had it on the first side. Gazing up. Good. One more breath. As you exhale, sweep that hand down and around. Let's walk it back to frame the front foot at the front of the mat. Let's step it all the way back, coming into our plank position here, holding nice and strong. Push the ground away, active scapulars. Inhale, upward facing dog. Good, and from here we'll finish off with a few rolling vinyasas. So we're going to push the floor away, rounding through the spine here, keeping the body, legs as straight as you can go. Bending the knees now, sinking the hips back towards the heels. Tucking the chin, rolling all the way up. Downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to your plank, finding that cat spine. Exhale, bending the legs. Sinking the hips up and back, leading the way into downward facing dog. 2 more times. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, roll it back, push the ground away. Tuck the chin in. Inhale, roll forward. Last one. Exhale, push the ground away. Leading the way, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Nice. From here, rolling all the way forward once more, and then tippy-toeing our feet all the way to the front of the mat. Sweeping our hands all the way up into our chair, sinking the hips a little bit deeper towards the ground. Releasing our hips down for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Giving yourself a little bit of a squeeze. That felt good. And then beginning to roll yourself back onto the floor. Maybe giving yourself a little bit of an egg roll from side to side. Taking a few moments here to neutralize the spine. We've done a lot of twisting. Let's come into our happy baby. Dropping the knees down towards the sides of the body, lengthening through the spine, tailbone drawing towards the front of the mat. Try to draw the base of the neck down into the mat as well. Maybe taking a few movements from side to side. Reconnecting back to that breath if you lost your way. Like I said, today's class was a slow flow, so if you want to add anything more, maybe that was just your warm-up, or maybe that was just what you needed to start or end your day, then perfect. Take what you need, add or take away anything that you don't. And releasing the knees in towards the chest. Option to take a Supta Baddha Konasana. Option for your Shavasana today. This is the one I'm going to take. So I'm going to have my knees nice and wide, my feet pressed in towards one another, maybe keeping some energy in for myself by having my hand on my heart and one hand on my belly, or maybe just having them on the thighs, connecting here. Closing down the eyes, softening the jaw, softening the features of the face. Giving yourself a few moments here before either moving on into a deeper practice or getting about with your day. Wherever you are, enjoy this stillness. Please, from me to you, thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope to see you again very soon. Namaste.